Hey guys, this is Caleb from Mythical Stormzzz, and today I'm going to be making an informative video. I don't make videos like this much on the YouTube channel, mainly because we don't really focus 90% of our lives on this YouTube channel. We spend a lot of time on the Instagram account and usually just taking information in so that we can, we really spend a lot of our time studying. But today I'm going to make an informative video, and I hope to do more of these type of videos in the future. This video is going to be about tornadoes. Now, before we get into the main aspect of this video, I just want you to know that tornadoes define as a violently rotating column of air extending from a cumulonimbus cloud to the ground. And it doesn't take much to realize that a tornado is forming. If you want to know when a tornado is going to form, go outside at about 8 a.m. every day. If the sky is completely clear, the sun is high, it's humid and hot outside, it depends on how hot and humid it is, but if it is 90 plus degrees and the humidity percentage is like 90 plus as well, then it is very likely that you will see deadly storms later on in the day. Now, I'm not saying that it is guaranteed, but whenever all of these aspects come together, it is truly a high percentage that you are going to see something truly spectacular later that day. Now, if you are a meteorologist and if you are a storm chaser, you are most likely already going to know this, but tornadoes really are not that scary. And that is another thing I want to focus on in this video, is that don't be scared. First of all, tornadoes usually are way smaller than hurricanes. If you don't live in Dixie Alley, but you do live in Tornado Alley, then you might want to, pay attention to the weather. But the odds are still extremely low for a tornado to hit your home. The amount of people that get killed by tornadoes per year is usually around 50 to 100. The past few years, 2011 actually, let's say 2011, the most tornadoes were recorded in 1 year ever since we began to plot them onto a chart. 2012, then the year after 2011, which was another record-breaking season, was the least amount of tornadoes reported in a year. The next year broke that record for the least amount of tornadoes that year, and then the next year in 2014 broke that record as well for the least amount of tornadoes in a year. In 2015, we saw a substantial growth in tornadoes from the past year. April was less effective. Then the year after that, last year, 2016, we saw more growth in tornadoes and deadly activity in the U.S. Now in 2017, it was a crazy season for Mythical Stormzzz here in northern Illinois. July 19th, June 28th, May 17th, May 4th, February 28th. It was quite the year. And then just not too long ago, September 20th, we saw probably one of my favorite lightning shows of all time. But that's not what we're focusing on in this video. We want to talk about tornadoes. Now, tornadoes range from different, tornadoes damage is a scale that alright, so there's a scale called the Fujita scale. The Fujita scale is a scale that shows estimated wind speeds of a tornado based on ground damage. Now you might say, let's look at the famous El Reno 2.6 mile wide tornado from May 31st of 2013. 296 mile per hour winds, which was the second largest number in wind speed recorded on this earth from a tornado in history. But the El Reno tornado was only an EF3 out of EF5. And you might ask why? Well, that is actually because the Fujita scale is based on, like I said, ground damage, and then they estimate the wind speed from that. The El Reno 2.6 mile wide tornado was in country and mostly just effective against farmhouses and animal farms, and not much buildings and structures were damaged, giving this tornado an EF3 rating. But when you think about it, 296 mile per hour winds, that is the second highest that has ever been known. And sorry, I have to look at something. Alright. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, sorry. But, okay. Now, let me tell you what the Fujita scale is. An EF0 damage tornado is estimated to be under 73 mile per hour winds. An EF1 tornado is a bit stronger, 73 mile per hour winds to 112 mile per hour winds, which can do some serious damage to structures and end many people's lives. Now, the F2 is 113 to 157 mile per hour winds. That is very deadly. That's higher than the Category 5 hurricane at most. The Category 5 hurricane is 150 mile per hour plus winds. An EF2 tornado out of EF5 goes all the way up to 157 miles per hour. Now, an EF3 goes from 158 to 206 miles per hour. In EF4, this is just the Fujita scale, not the enhanced Fujita scale. In F4 is 207 to 260 mile per hour winds estimated. That's pretty insane. Now, in F5 is 261 to 318 mile per hour winds estimated. That's extremely strong. But the man who made this, Mr. Fujita himself, sorry, it's pretty chilly outside, he actually put another onto the list, an EF6 tornado. Now, we don't know the wind speed of it, but 318 is the most a tornado has ever gotten. That's over 500 kilometers per hour. And now, that may seem deadly, though we have seen higher winds in an area in the world. I haven't studied much on that, but I will try to get that to you as soon as possible on the Instagram page. Go follow it. It's Mythical Stormzzz with 3 Z's, just like the YouTube channel, but instead of a space, it's a decimal point. So, yeah, that was my informative video on tornadoes, and I hope I can make more videos like this in the future, because it was fun to do this. So I will see you guys next time. Go golfing.